general population, for most of us, depression can be a problem, and at one point or another in our lives it usually strikes us, maybe sometimes multiple times. And for me, I know around the holidays can trigger a strong sense of depression to come on for various reasons, especially if I'm on my own, or if I'm traveling around, or if I'm on my own, if I can't have access to good friends, to good family who can give me support. It can be a really kind of tough time to be with ourselves, right? And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about what to do or what can be happening with our mind during this period. And I think for a lot of us, what tends to happen with depression is that the mind starts to become very focused on itself, on the I, on not necessarily on the internal, like what's going on deep inside, but more about things like, okay, I'm having a hard time at the moment. I don't like the weather. The weather is cold. Like, I don't like myself. I don't like the people around me, the way they're behaving. I don't like this kind of food. I don't like this. I don't like that, or I need this. I want this. I need this person. I need this attention. And I need all these things to make me happy. And the mind, we get kind of stuck in this cycle of I. And a lot of the time when these things can't be met, we end up going into this kind of suffering, and this kind of pain, this suffering, this depression can result from that. And it can take over our whole mood, and it becomes a pattern. And the more we practice this pattern, the more we keep ourselves in this depression, and it can even escalate and drag us further and further down. So one good practice that we like to do to try and take ourselves out of this feeling is to take our minds away from the I and bring our attention maybe more to the external, to the people around us or to the environment around us, and to try and see what's going on there and what needs to happen there. Christian always tells us the story of like one of the great monks here in Thailand gave him a lesson once when he was asking him about depression and what to do when you're in a really bad state and you just feel really low. And the monk replied to him, if you're really in that place where you're down and you're at your worst, the best thing you can do, the best way to get yourself out of bed and motivated for the day is to start thinking about somebody else. Think about what can you do for somebody else. What does the other person or the other people in your life, what do they need right now, and how can you help with that? And when you start focusing on these things and you start acting on these things, then you're taking your mind out of the I. You're taking your mind away from these depressive feelings, and you actually start to get positive feedback. Because when we give, when we help other people, we get a benefit inside of us. And so this is where the practice becomes. So it's about taking ourselves away from me and take it to the other person. So try and find some moments in a day where you can do that for someone else. So whether it be anything small, like maybe you can just focus on one person and write a little appreciation note for them, just something that you think about when you think about them, like you appreciate a particular quality, or you appreciate how they are, or how they think, or how they feel, or anything like that, how they love. And you write that down for them and you leave it for them. Or you can express it to them verbally, which is even stronger and even more powerful. And do that, and then see how you feel afterwards. See if you can notice the difference. And then if you want to, you keep practicing these things. And it can be many things. You can leave anonymous little gifts for someone. You can give someone a little bit of time and a little extra energy and help when they need it. And just try to be in a situation and think, okay, let's not think about me right now. Let's think about the other people and just see how this changes this feeling, and how we can bring so much love and so much more happiness into our own lives.